1, 2, my check, voice is saying hello. Like do the sound, double check, make sure we good to go on sound. All right. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever you are. Voice is sound. Do the sound, double check, make sure we good to go. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever you are. Voice is sound. Do the sound. All right, we good to go. Let's do this and build our audience.
Money will blow man decide you. In a speaker, I'll say a very small. More you say, I would tell Mona Terewa, I'm a bring your by everywhere. Presola Terewa. In a guy, I am not one and no Gasebody, Mosia one way. Mosia ministry, then you know, not Terewa. Money no one inside you. I walk your baby single. You go jail. You're not telling wow. And they say, yeah, inside you. Man say, you got you well. In that one, yes,
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, voices Sinoe in the diaspora. Where voice Darke Saryorpodeh Esoteric, Patrick Bolue, Shirley Sneh. We are back again to have another fascinating conversation with three sons of Sinoe County. Please join us and share the lane. Yeah, we call them the soccer trinity. Yeah, the soccer trinity on the platform this afternoon. Voice is silent.
Money fanatico fa representative speaker of the house Claudio Patrick Bolue ila nyoma ja kana go ina tere wawe tere wao kana go do you are not your boy. Glad you're back now. Telewao, Brazola, Telewao, in a blebony amoga. Kainaga, Kainaga, I want you naga, no one wait for naga, glad you naga. Go that one, Nagao Loyana Terezerani Presola Terezerani or what did I wait? Can I put on your book? You want some? Say, you know what I say, with a money will blow man beside you. Wow, wow. In a speaker, I'll see a very soon. Moro yo se aboja leo mona tere wa amogboyan baya newe presola tere wa o ina ka ayenu zuana no ga seboni mo se akwanu mo se minister den yenu na tere wa o. Napo Ruwezu, Napo Ruwema, Napo Ruwezu, I said, I will dedicate. Then I tell Ruji, your day has a wolf like you. Morning one is at you. I walk your baby soon, no more Jedi. You're not telling you wow. Then they say, yeah, this are you. Man said, you got you. Do well. In a that you want your son. In a Junaga, Junaga, in a Junaga, Junaga, how are Junaga? In a Telewa, Brazola, Telewa, Pagala, Telewa, Ola, Telewa, Konaga. Nani Amoga. In a building Amoga, that you get over your way. That you be as well. Pop on your way. No way, Monogio. In a Monogio. Money for nothing go far. Representative, speaker of the house, like your Capon Polio. He like your magia. And I go in a telewa. Telewa. And I go. You are not your boy. You're not your boy, no, not you. Glad you're babu now. Telewao, Brazola, Telewao, 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 in a blue Amoga. Kainaga, Kainaga, I would do a naga, no way to a naga, like I do a naga. Go that one, ya. Nagao Loyana Tereserani Presola Tereserani or what Terewe Hena Bobo, you want some. Say, what I say, always a pepe. Money will blow man decide you. Terewao, Terewao. And I speak, I'll say a very small. You say Aboja, Mona Terewa, I'm up on your by underwear. Presola Terewa. Hinaga, I am not one and no Gaseboli, Mosia one way. Mosia minister, then you know, not Terewa. Swen, Nampo Ruezu, Nampo Ruema, Nampo Ruezu, as a double daddy. Then I tell Ruji, but the answer will blood you. Morning one is a you. I walk your baby some more, you want to Gonna tell you wow. And they say, yeah, this are you. Maserio Clario, well. In a that one, yes, in a Junaga, in a Junaga.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Voice of Sound is coming to you this afternoon live from the state of Maryland, these United States of America. We want to beseech you as you join the show. All you have to do is to share the link. We're going to be talking to, let me make sure here my sound is coming up on your side. Let me verify. Talking to, let me make sure here my sound is coming up on your side. Okay, I'm perfect. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, officially welcome to Voice of Sinoe in the Diaspora with Esoteric, understood by the chosen few, the spokesperson of the elders and the ancestors. This afternoon, we have what I call the sports trinity. That's Father, Father, and Father, Son, Son, and Son. There is no Holy Spirit. There is no lady. Three men. The steering committee set up by the superintendent of Sinoe County, Honorable Alexander Slewin, for the 2025-2026 National County Meets in Liberia. So, Mr. Swen and Mr. Kanmoh and Mr. Jarpeh will be talking to us this afternoon. The preparation been made so far so good. With respect to how our boys, the Green Boys of Sinoe County, can emerge victorious in the upcoming county spokes meet. All right, that's what we're going to be talking. We'll have other breaking news as well on Voice of Sinoe. Last night we made an impromptu appearance. The SAPO campaigners, they took the government of Liberia to court. And today, the initial hearing, the oral argument, as the court will call it, oral argument was held today. And the update from that development will be shared with you. But in the meantime, we ask you to share the show for us. We'll be right back. Yeah, the people that follow right now, I'm saying Mr. James Panto. The law has been broken. We want to recognize Daniel Young following the show as well. We are seeing Jerry Sibo following the show as well. I'm seeing Moton Falaye following the show as well. Harrison Tuba, welcome aboard. The chairleader of USAA, United States of America, Majina Smith, welcome aboard. If you are following, ladies and gentlemen, please share for us. Follow us on YouTube as well. So while we are waiting for the guests to join us, I will be analyzing the music that is playing for you. And so the question is, who broke the law? I'm seeing the political guidance of Sinoe County. Mazina is following. Telewa the law is broken, who broke the law? A leper give birth to leper. Leper does not give birth to mosquito. Who broke the law? The people that broke the law. Listen. So the man is saying the man who makes the law is the one that broke the law. And what sort of injustice is that? You make the law and you are breaking the law at the same time. The lawmaker is the law. Oh yeah, the law is broken. Who broke the law? The Sapo people, they are being marginalized in their own country. Who broke the law? They say the president broke the law. And then they called it the lawmaker of Sinoe County Electoral District number 3 to be the violator of the law. The man vandalized the law of Liberia. From Richard Do, welcome aboard. I'm seeing the sagacious man, the wise man, the voice of Sinoe in the diaspora, sagacious. Welcome aboard. Speaker of the House. And ladies and gentlemen, the goddess of voice of Sinoe in the diaspora, and the co-host of voice of Sinoe, Shirley Sneh, is backstage. You know who introduced the show today? I will tell you shortly. Don't go away. The introduction will not be easy, ladies and gentlemen. We have a special guest today that will be introducing the show to you. You are not Chiabo. Don't walk by your finger, walk by your head. Yeah, don't walk by your feet. Prezo, why did you break the law? And the people are meandering in poverty in Liberia. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we have the politics today. They spoke Trinity, according to the spoke Trinity. The former president, I should say, of Sinoe County Association in the Americas, Honorable Teah Swen. We have Leroy Kanmoh, and we have Jarpeh to be our special guest today on the show. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a fascinating show, and please don't forget to share for us. Today we'll hold our era core income 10 for Ben Lynch. Share it, be Patrick today. You know what it means? The clock of the universe is going in different directions. Shirley Sneh, Big Patrick today to ban punctual, ban on time. That's serious. Money will blow man decide you. Very, very unusual for Shirley to be here before Patrick. In a speaker, I'll say a very small. I'm up on your buy never. Presola, Terewao. In a guy, I had no one and no Gazeboni, Mosia one way. Mosia minister, then you know, not Terewao.
Mama, Mapoku was when I said I would daddy. Then I tell Rudy, your day has a wolf like you. Morning one is at you. I walk your baby some more, no more jaddo. When I tell you wow. And they say, yeah, this are you. Man said, you got you. Do well. In a that one, yes, one. In a do naga, in a do naga, how are you naga? So, in a tele wow, Brazola, tele wow, Pagala, tele wow, Ola, tele wow, Konaga. Nani amoga, Nina Beuni amoga, that you get up on your way. That you be as well. Talk on your way.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, my panelists are my co-hosts, and the guys are backstage now. We are 19 minutes into the program. We got to get going. The guests will join us, hopefully. But, you know, when the guests don't join, if you don't come, guess what? We always have something to discuss, to have, you know, we always have backup plans, okay, to bring to you. All right. So hopefully the guests will join us. We send a link to them already. And so let me see what I can bring and the guys on screen here for you and see how they look. Patrick today is in serious trouble. The man is seriously late, 19 minutes late. And Shirley is 5 minutes late. You know, yeah. I mean, even though I was being generous to her, I mean, more than 5 minutes, but, you know, I'll be charitable today and say 5 minutes. You know, how do we change Liberia when we can't even come to work on time or in time? Imagine that. You know, and we'll sit down and say, oh, you know, the politicians, they are not doing it. But the basic, we are not doing it as well. So before I beat the guys, let me bring them on screen here before I start beating them. Yeah, you know how I do it. All right, guys, this is our voice of Sinoe here, Esoteric, on your screen for you. Let's see. Let me put my welcome stuff here. And ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I'd like to bring the queen, the goddess of voice of Sinoe in the diaspora, the co-host, Shirley Sneh. Hey, Mother Sneh, welcome aboard. Test your audio first, please.
Oh, I put myself on mute. Yeah, Brad. Hello. I think I need to test my camera too.
Yeah, you gotta elevate yourself a little bit. Yeah, a little bit down if you can. Yeah. All right. A little bit down. All right, good. You're perfect now. All right. So next, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to bring the area code 231. The veteran journalist. I will always say this. The man that had the opportunity to sit one-on-one with the first female democratically elected president of Liberia, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, even though she's not my favorite, Patrick Bolue. The man also had the opportunity to sit one-on-one with the world soccer star, African best, European best, Pluto best, Jupiter best, everything best. And then later on became president of Liberia. His Excellency George Mane Weah, Patrick Bolue. I mean, a small credential the man has. Let me bring Patrick on here. Hey, P.
Yes. My DPS apologies first of all for coming on late. Logging in earlier was a bit difficult. I got to try one device to the other, and thankfully, this other device permitted me to be here. I'm sorry. My audience and to my CEO, my co-host, my beautiful deputy CEO, I want to say I'm sorry for being 90 minutes late. 90 minutes is not so much time. So I'm here again, and we are back again, thankfully, with the CEO and the co-host, as well as probably our guest with join us today. We have a lot to talk about, and we are happy to be back here.
RIP, welcome, and your apology accepted. You know, hopefully, amendment will be made moving forward. Shirley, how did you manage today to beat Patrick?
I didn't know it was a competition, but yes. Well, my intent is to always be here on time, but I knew that usually you start with music. So I gave you some time so you can play some good music for our audience. And so I came 5 minutes late.
Yeah, yes. I like the clever alibi. Yeah, that you just came up with. Yeah, yeah, but guys, let me do something and recognize the people that are following right now. They took their time, so like recognize them. So we start with the elders because I am the representative of the elders and the ancestors. I speak for them. So we want to recognize our elder here, Reverend Tusua, who thanks for joining us this afternoon, or at least money on my side, or on your side as well. Sagacious, thanks for following us. Che Do, thanks for following Manjino Smith Ma. The Queen, let's say my Queen, I should say, this Deputy CEO here is also following Bolue. Freeman. Who here? That's Manzina is following us. We are saying Eric saying Tuba. I'm saying Morton Fale. I'm seeing Jerry Sibo. Daniel Nyanwale is also following Mr. James Panto. Those are the people I'm saying. So if you want us to recognize you, please just comment and we'll recognize you. Some of you are following from YouTube. And so we are not saying you. All right. So that's guys, Patrick, how is Monrovia? How's Liberia?
Um, Monrovia is calm. Liberia is good. Liberia is enjoying its peace. Is enjoying democracy. Is enjoying steady growth and development. Is enjoying. I mean, its place in the Committee of Nations, and we are here. Great things are happening, as well as a lot of things that we consider skirmishes are happening as well too. But in the midst of everything, country first, and we are happy.
All right, Shirley, what is obtaining in Minnesota?
Minnesota is good. It's getting cool, but that's about it. And people are getting ready for Thanksgiving. So, yeah.
All right. Thank you. All right, let's do a quick recognition of people here. Initially we'll do some commercials, and then we go into other stuff. So, yeah, just a reminder: USAA, the National President Inauguration. His Excellency William Marlin is April 11, 2026 in Fargo, North Dakota. We invite all of you to be a part of that program. All right. The details, everything on the flyer listed. Yes, we have wonderful people that are leading the organization right now. Also, I think last week we announced that it was the birthday of the president. It was coming up, and yeah, so the president also celebrated his birthday, and we want to say happy birthday to you, to the president, or belated now. Yeah, so I want to say a shout out to the president. Wish you many more happy returns. Patrick and Shirley, if you want to just say something briefly, and shout out to the president, go ahead. Let's go with the lady first. Shirley, go ahead.
Well, happy birthday to the president. We wish him many more healthy years and cannot wait to see him April 11.
All right. So, Patrick, go ahead if you want to do a shout out to the president.
Yeah, belated birthday shout to the president. And I want to say also happy birthday to my friend and brother, editor Bobby Tony, who celebrated his birthday today, as well as others who are celebrating alongside. I know, all of them.
Okay, our board representative from Florida, Sis Emilia Tijana, also celebrated her birthday, and Emilia, I want to say happy birthday to you. We have here Mistress Mr. and Mistress Massaquin. They celebrated their wedding anniversary, and so my man Jerry and Winnie want to say congratulations. It's a major milestone. Celebrating your wedding milestone. I don't know. I looked at the polls to see how many years they have gone, but it has been a while now. So we want to say congratulations to you guys. All right. If you want to do a shout out, guys, quickly go ahead. All right. My partners, they're a little bit
Actually,
quiet.
that's my big sister right there. Happy anniversary to my beautiful queen. She and her husband, they are a great couple. And wishing you guys many more happy years and many more anniversary.
All right. So this one is our periodic contributor here, Shirley, not Shirley, but Sarah Ellis. And Sarah also was recognized in Liberia. Yes, a certificate that she got, Sinoe chapter movement for One Nation. She was certificated for the wonderful job she's doing over there as a reporter, and so we want to recognize her. She's part of us. Periodically she makes time to be here. So you guys can say shout out to Sarah.
Congratulations, Sarah. Keep winning, queen.
All right.
Let me say congratulations to my student, my mentee, and she has been a very resilient young lady, unwavering in her determination to always compete with men. Sarah, in school, no guy ever took her in the class, of excellence. And still in journalism, she continues to, excel, continues to exhibit excellence, and passion in the job she does. Congratulations, my dear sister Sarah, winning Ellis.
All right, so this is also a breaking news here for us. Yeah, I hate my device does this, man. I wanted to get the breaking news here. Voice of Sinoe. We are on the Darke as well. The Cheat to Azama Award for Community Service. We got that for 2025. And sooner rather than later, I will be in Philly to celebrate this major milestone as well. I want to say thanks to Shirley, thanks to Patrick for this award. You guys, you play a major role. Sagacious, I want to say thank you, Sarah, Tababo, all of you, the people of Sinoe County, my wife, the elders and the ancestors, you'll play a major role in this one as well. Shirley, I want you to do me a favor. My device started. You go up there or somewhere the video. We got the breaking news over there. We have to share breaking news with the people here. So you see a few videos where you have yes, the Voice of Sinoe promo stuff, and then you see I don't know what my stuff does. This is not showing very nice later. Okay, I can get to it. All right. Let's do this. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be right back, but let me take this picture up so I can be able to put the breaking news stuff here for us. All right, we're gonna be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Voice of Sinoe in the Diaspora with Patrick, Shirley, and Darke Saryorpodeh Esoteric. All right, Patrick is following this development in Liberia. The Sapo, all right, the Sapo people, we're going to suspend it. I'm seeing one of the guests backstage right now. But let's see, maybe we're going to wait for the other guys to join Honorable Swen. Yeah, but in the meantime, let's talk about this shortly. So, Shirley, if you're not following, so the Sapo, they call them the name Sapo campaigners. When President Weah honored his wife when they printed the new denomination, the new money, the ethnic groups and they got everybody masked, are fixed to the money, attached to the money. But the Sapos were excluded. And so they raised the issue. They went to the bank governor, and the governor basically gave the people cold shoulders. And as a result, the people went to court. It has been linked already in court. The first lower court they went to, the guy said the scope of the case is beyond their bailiwick. And so as a result, they forwarded the case to the Supreme Court of Liberia. Today, oral arguments, I should say, were held today at the Supreme Court. Patrick, you are on ground. We are told from the information we are getting, even though the first day the verdict cannot be issued, it cannot be put out the first day, but the court has said the suspending judgment on the issue, all right, on the case. So, Patrick, what are you getting? You are also on the ground. What are you getting in Liberia with respect to the major development?
Okay, so interestingly, what we have been following and getting, first for the benefit of those who have not been following the situation of the whole case, let me just quickly backtrack on the various issues, the nitty-gritty of the whole issue. If you remember, years ago, the Central Bank of Liberia decided to print new banknotes as approved by the legislature. And the Central Bank, in its wisdom, decided to include the 1,000 banknotes, which is not in circulation now. But what the Central Bank did not consider, the authority granted to it by the legislature to print on the Constitution, it is started to also use tribal representation as a form of inclusion, put all the tribal symbols, all the symbols are represented by tribal groups in the country. But the Central Bank of Liberia, from every indication, did not, verify the number of tribal groups in the country. And perhaps they rely on unverified historical sources, or things people wrote at their own affiliation. So those are the information the Central Bank used to include traditional marks on the $1,000 banknote. Now, when the banknote surfaced on the market, the Sapo people, through their campaign.
Patrick,
yeah.
I think some of these guys are coming from Liberia, and I don't want us to keep them too much backstage. Mr. Twan is in the US, so that's why I'm saying Dennis just joined us as well, so we can start from the angle. We're like 37 minutes.
Let's bring it on direct.
So let's do that. So let's see what I will be able to. Yeah, Shirley.
Yes.
I'll turn it over to you. The job is yours to introduce the show today with respect to our guests. I turn the platform to you.
Well, thank you. Well, good morning and good afternoon and good evening to all of our viewers around the world. We want to welcome you to Voice of Sinoe, another powerful edition of Voice of Sinoe in the Diaspora. I am your co-host, I will say, aka the only female standing right now here. So it is an honor to be beside the spokesman of the Gore. You already know him. And along with our brilliant pianist, Patrick. Today we will focus on, hey, basically let's gain up, and we are stepping into a season of unity, preparation, community building, and transformation. We will be unveiling plans for the Sinoe Sports Meets and giving you an inside look at fundraising draft that will shape what happened in 2025 and beyond. We are here and we will be joined by three amazing, distinguished guests, all who are leading major communities' responsibility for moving Sinoe forward. And as they come on, my co-host, who is really great, my co-host, CEO, who is really great at introducing our guests and bringing them on the right way. And he will do that. So let's get the show started.
All right, all right, all right. And don't forget to Patrick is a veteran journalist. He's been in the game for a long time. So when it comes to introducing people, you can't count Patrick out. All right,
yes, okay.
The man knows the business. The us here. The man been, he been in a long time. But Shirley, so saying you want to play that again, my device it's frozen, right? Okay, I got this stuff. So we have a president on the platform today, right? So he's a former president. Once a president, always a president, right?
Yes.
So we want to first invite the one of the guys, Dennis Grandpa. I see Grandpa to Jarpeh. Hopefully when the man gets here, he will kind of pronounce the name properly for us. So first, let's get Mr. Jarpeh on first, and then we can bring the former president to do the usual, escort. All right, so Mr. Jarpeh, how you doing, boss?
Good afternoon, good morning. It's morning hours. It's afternoon hours in Liberia. However, I believe it should be morning hours in the U.S. or
yes, it's morning. That's correct.
Right. So it's a pleasure to be on your platform. I'm looking forward to a very positive conversation today, one that surrounds our own beloved county, Sinoe County, and our preparation for the national county sports meet. So it's a pleasure to be here. And I look forward to the conversation. Thank you so much for the invite.
All right, boss. Thank you. Welcome aboard. All right, so Shirley, Patrick, you want to invite the former president of Sinoe County Association in Americas?
Oh yes, indeed. It is a distinguished honor, to share this platform with a veteran, a patriot. A reverend, and I can say also a community servant, the Reverend Dr. Teah Swen, former president of the Sinoe County Association in Americas, a team leader of the IEL, as well as the St. Maurice Scholars Program in Sinoe County. I have known him for almost 6 years now, but with the internet and directly in person, meeting for the first time in Greenville when he went there doing one of the visits. So I want to welcome him. Also, Dennis Jarpeh. Dennis is the CEO of the Vera Medical Laboratory in Greenville. An accomplished patriot as well, young entrepreneur, selfless citizen of the county who returns home a few years ago to give back to his county following the acquisition of education and some business opportunities. So Dennis and his wife have been home for almost 7 years now. Leroy Kanmoh, a small man, a small brother, but a mentor to me as well in journalism. Leroy, and after VOS, in fact, he was there before I went there. He mentored me through the rise and fall of journalism. Former communications director of Golden Bear in Liberia, and now country director of Syria Development Agency. An NGO that runs agriculture initiative for our people in Sinoe County and a lot of parts of the Southeastern region. Leroy is now, a successful young man from grassroots to where he is now. We are happy to have him to the platform. Gentlemen, you are most welcome to VOSD.
All right, so now we welcome the former president of the Sinoe County Association in the Americas, Honorable Teah Swen.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. You are loud and clear.
Yeah, so I said thanks for the invite. And I want to thank Patrick. I don't know what other accolades really apply to me, but I want to thank you for for the introduction. Really, I think it was too heavy an introduction for an ordinary person like me. I like to call myself Tia. From Tia Town. I feel proud about that. But I'm glad to be on the show today to share the space and the time with the steering committee of our county that is preparing to ensure that we do well in the county meet. Want to thank the superintendent for the confidence reposed in us and to be with the spokesperson, our ancestors, and his team members to see how we can talk about support and mobilization for our county and our people. So I'm glad to be here, and I know it's a tight schedule for me, given the fact that I'm in another management meeting. But I told the superintendent I will be there to see how I can share the space with the steering committee chair and others, and we can talk about how we can mobilize our folks for support and ensure that we do better this year's county meet. Thank you, Darke.
All right. So out of curiosity, though, I mean, the introduction from Patrick, which one of the accolades you don't agree with? The doctor or
I'm just simple Tia. That's what Teah Swen is okay for me.
Okay, Mr. President, welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Mr. Jarpeh, also welcome aboard. So, Patrick, Shirley, I want you guys, maybe Shirley can initiate the conversation. Shirley, are you hearing me?
Yes, can hear you.
Yeah, go ahead.
First, I want to welcome both of you here on the platform. And I am actually looking forward to get to know the two of you a little bit more. I did some research, and it's an honor to have you two doing great thing for our people, and especially making the sacrifice, Mr. Dennis, to move back home with your family. So make sure that you can give back to the community. So I'm actually looking forward to learn more. So I have a lot of questions. So I love to ask questions so I can get to know you both more and to see, what are the things you guys are planning for the people.
Patrick.
Okay, so since I'm more acquainted to to our guests, and we share great bonds, and I will begin with them. Mr. Swen holds a great deal of knowledge in history. So he knows the history of the county Smith. When I was not born, I guess he saw the first games play either in Sinoe or somewhere else. And since the remaking of the county Smith, he has always been home, contributing immensely to sports, education, innovation, technology. In so many areas, he's been giving back, Mr. Jarpeh too. But, since the whole county meeting started, they are all football people, but their names have not been heard in the front line, though they have been contributing behind the scene. This time, what brings the motivation to come to the front line?
Well, thank you, Patrick. I want to thank the superintendent and those who are leading the efforts to ensure that we are part of the process. The steering committee as well. Part of our goal is to ensure that we support the team as much as possible throughout the entire process. So that the team can come out with flying colors and represent us in the way that would make us proud and make us excited. Like you stated, in the past we've supported the county team in many ways, and of course we hope that they would have gone further in the games and would have won championship in time past. But this time around, what brings out to the front stage is to ensure that we provide the necessary support that require them to have the necessary funding and the required mobilization that will help them, throughout all the different games, throughout the process to ensure that the team is stronger, is better, and is prepared to win the trophy. So part of my role, I've been asked, to serve on the steering committee and to mobilize folks in the diaspora, so the only committee, along with other members in the diaspora to see how we can raise funds, how we can mobilize our people, how we can reach out to Sanoians, in every nook and corner of the diaspora community and support the team as much as possible. The specifics will be drawn out from the steering committee to know when we begin the process and the different fundraising things that we'll be doing. But more so, it requires us to see how we can generate support for our team, and we'll be calling upon individuals and organizations from our end to see how we can support that effort so that, our team can be, there should be two teams, the kickball teams and the soccer team, to make sure that throughout every stage of the process, they are fully supported, they are fully guided, and they have the presence of the Sinoe people behind them to make sure that they can, in the window games, and bring pride and honor to the people in the county.
Madison cannot.
Yeah. I wanted to. I mean, I think you guys should come in. I wanted
Before we go with questions, though, I wrote a little stuff here for each of them. Can I read that out?
Okay. I don't know what. It's not too long.
It's really short.
Okay, please go ahead.
Okay, and it's just like information I gather from how the community people view them as leaders. So, Mr. Dennis has said he is admired for his integrity and humanity, hands-on approach, and his colleagues describe him as a bridge builder, someone who doesn't just talk development, but actively bring people and resources together. And I thought that was really impressive. And for Mr. Thomas, which we all know has a lot of years of experience in fundraising and mobilization. So according to his own research, Thomas is known for his ability to inspire participation and turn ideas into action. He has been central in the DIASPORA Sports County program, and for him, they describe him as dependable, thoughtful, and deeply passionate about Sinoe County.
Excellent, Shirley. That's pretty good. I think that's a good summary. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's why I wanted to go. I think we went a little bit off front. Since the two guests is the first time on the show, I just wanted to give at least 2 minutes each for each person, at least to introduce themselves so that the audience will know who they are, right?
Okay.
I mean, we can do all the, that's why I wanted to go that route. So, Mr. President, let's just give you that 2 minutes again.
Okay, so,
do that, please.
So my full name is Thomas Teah Swen. I love to tell people that I'm deeply connected to Teah Town, where I was born and raised. Born at the FJ Grant Hospital, grew up in Teah Town. Went to St. Joseph School, went to Sinoe School, then LU, and now live in the U.S. I've been privileged in many ways to serve different nonprofit organizations. Been in the most recent past, I've been the former national president of the Sinoe County Association in the Americas. But in addition to that, I also serve different nonprofit groups and serve on several boards. And Sinoe is the only home that I really know, I really love so dearly. And so I've been involved in going back and forth and see in what little way I can contribute to the county. So about me, one former national president of the Sinoe County Association in Americas, involved with several nonprofit organizations and seven different boards and different commissions. And I love a couple of things, love sports, I love politics, love engagement in the academia, and father, grandfather, and husband, and that applies to me too. So I'm glad I'm on the show. And like I said, I'm just I love to be simple. So I love to be called Teah, not all the other academic thing, and that gives me joy and pleasure. But I'm glad I'm on the show tonight, this afternoon, and the main purpose is to see how I can reach out to individuals in the diaspora to connect with them, to ask them for the support, and to mobilize them for the county team, to ensure that we give the team the support that is required so that we can come out with flying colors in the games ahead.
Mr. President, thank you. You love the name Teah. I mean, out of curiosity, what does it mean? What does
Well,
Teah mean?
that's just my native name. That's just my name. It doesn't mean anything really. That's just the name. I just love that. So I love more to be called Tia than to be called Thomas. So that's for me.
Okay, okay. So, Mr. Jarpeh, please let's get to know you a little bit, please.
All right, thank you. My name is Dennis Grandpa Jarpeh Senior. I am an entrepreneur. Uh, I was born in Sinoe, and at age 3, my both parents migrated to Monrovia, where I was schooled. Somewhere in 2009, I went back to Sinoe, trying to know where I was birthed and what my history is like. And I saw the living conditions of people in our county. And then, by coincidence, I was born in Sinoe in Sibe, at the home of a traditional midwife. And that, when I went back to Sinoe and saw that those things were still happening, something that happened in the late 80s when I was born, and as early as far as 2008, 2009 was still happening, I thought that there was something that needed to have been done to help change the narratives, especially in the healthcare system in our county, where access to quality healthcare services and strong medical institutions is just not a dream, but becomes a reality. And the cost attached to acquiring quality healthcare services should not be expensive. And so, years after, in 2020, my wife and I started what we term as the Denver Medical Laboratory and Clinics, located in right now in Teah's town, in Mr. Teah's own hometown, own town where he was birthed, right opposite the Catholic school. That's where the clinic is, and we've been into existence now for a little over around 6 years, and we were able to successfully establish a second branch in 2024, and that branch is now is in Barclayville, Grand Creek counties. Our vision is to expand to every rural county in our country, Liberia, and provide quality services that are affordable to rural communities with emphasis on women, children, and people living with disabilities. I've won a few awards because of the impact that we've made over the years with the clinics. Most recently is the Lone Star Cell Mobile Heroes of Change, a national award that the entire country participated in identifying the most impactful Liberian, and we came as the winner. My wife and I won that award just September of this year. And I'm grateful to the superintendent, Mr. Slowian, who looked forward to someone who can lead this year's steering committee for Sinoe County, one that is non-political, one that is non-tribal, and one that focuses only on unity and victory. I think that's just a little about myself. I've been to the U.S. In 2022 as a Mandela Washington Fellow, and just I think that's just okay for now. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. So, but when you say you return home, where were you before returning home, though?
Truth is, Montserrat is not my home. It's not all any of us home. So,
Okay.
I return home to my own country of birth, Sino, from Montserrat.
Okay, excellent. All right. But I think Patrick had a question, and I think the president answered the question. If you can give a shot to that question, that would be excellent.
You,
Do
me
you
pass
still
Patrick's
remember?
me
No, I
Patrick's
said,
question.
yeah, the president, Mr. President, you answered the question, but I just want Mr.
Okay,
Jarpeh to give you a
okay,
shot, yeah, as
okay.
well.
Can that question please be repeated?
Okay,
Patrick, go
so the
ahead.
question asked earlier, you've been giving support to Sinoe County in many ways. You're saying this time you are at the front line. What's the motivation?
Well, the last time Sano won the county meet for the football category was in 1986, and that information was provided to me by Councillor Jarpeh, who once served as steering committee chairperson. 1986 to now, that's about 40 plus years or 40 years, 40, yeah, 40, around 39, 40 years. Um, I mean, I wasn't even born by that time. So, and in the last 15 years, we've never heard anything about Sino going to the finals, except when Coach Brad Dixon took us to, I think, one semifinal and one quarterfinals. But we've never really done anything much in the last 15 years. Basketball, we've done excellent with the help of Mr. Samuel Wuru, who was once Minister for Commerce and Transport. He has taken full responsibility of the basketball team, and we've won the basketball on two occasions. We've not won a kickball, not to my knowledge. The track and field, I don't have any information of that, even as the volleyball. So, and part of the fundamental issues that the county has been faced is we are highly bordered on politics and tribal differences. And so when the soup reached out to me and said it was about time that he needed someone who can lead a process that is non-political, non-tribal, and focus only on unity and victory, I thought it was very important and the right time to step up for our county. And so I think that's the reason why we're involved with it right now, because we want to win. We want to change the narrative. We want to present a team and a county that is well prepared. You know, Sino, by history of our country, Liberia is among the three fundamental or traditional counties that came together to form Liberia. So we can be having a long history, and then we can point to a county win victory in the last 15 years. So I mean, that's why we are here now to be able to support the team in whatever way we can, and be able to mobilize our own people to step up now and ensure that we win this year, win next year, and win several other years to come. And let when you mention county meet and you mention Sino, let that shows come to you that when someone is in a zone with you, you know that you're in a very tough zone. So I think that's just the fundamental issue here.
So Patrick, we got two questions per person. So go with your last question.
Okay, so thank you. So since now you just wants to erase, this trouble barrier. Other counties do well, even with a politician heading the county's team or the steering committee. Others do well, even with a professional person who is neutral in the politics. But how can we conduct this county made vote of politics when politicians, the senators, representatives, the actors are the biggest donors, when they carry the burden, and when they are the ones even talk about most in the county's made, rather than the professional people?
Yeah, Mr. President, go ahead.
Okay. Thanks, Patrick, for the question. But I think the game of sports and the game of football, it's a unifying force really, and I think it's one thing that can bring us together, that can make us to see reason, to see how we can collaborate, and coordinate our efforts, for the common good, for the county that we love so dearly. And I think one thing that does that beautifully well is soccer or sports, and I think all of us can rally around the idea that we can support the county team, irrespective of our own political persuasions, irrespective of our own, ethnic connections, irrespective of, what our, ties we have, the county. So our goal and our intent is to ensure that we can support the team, because sports, is one thing that can bring us together. When Dennis was talking, I remember in the mid 80s, leaving junior high, going to high school at the time. I was in high school at the time. I remember, it was 3 years that was so striking to me for the Sino team back then. That was 85, 86, and 87. And that Sino and Grand Crew, very highly competitive. And I remember Grand Crew won 1985 and we won in 1986. And I remember in 1987, I was in Barovia on a vacation in high school at the time. And we had a game at ATS and we won Maryland County, I think, in the semifinals. But then Grand Crew won, in the final. And I remember walking from, ATS at the time. We had one Maryland, and then we were singing our song. I walked from the ATS all the way to Corner West. At the time, I was stopping Corner West with my uncle, and what it used to be very beautiful back then. Excited when the games were being played. And the county meet came out. The same thing plays out too in our own time, irrespective of what happens now. I think in the midst of all the differences we have, in the midst of all the different conditions that present themselves, we can ensure that we can support the team, and we can politicians, people in non-profit business, people, students, and and people from all walks of life can come together, because I think sports unify us, in a more unique way. And I think the one thing that can bring us together, in spite of any differences we have, it's the game of it's the game of soccer and the game of kickball. So I think this time around, the steering committee, with the efforts of my brother and the other folks on the ground, and those of us in the diaspora, can reach out to all the major stakeholders of the county, to ensure that we support the teams, so that they can come up with flying colors. We can, I mean, Sano has a history of doing well in the games. I know it's been many years ago, but we can still come back to be stronger, to be better, and to be mightier.
Hey, Dennis, you want to
So
react to the
so
question, please?
yeah, so there's this statement that says a house divided cannot stand. And Patrick, if you look at the history of county meet, you understand that no county has one side of county meet not being united. Nimba, Nimba, when Nimba won or when Nimba is playing, you will never see the Geo Trap cheering against the county because the steering committee person is probably a minor. Or you will not see one of the senators, if he's leading the county meet steering team, the other people in the county going against the county because they are afraid that when this person wins, there is going to be political advantage or glory given to him. And so when they score against Nimba, then Nimba starts to celebrate against Nimba. No, it does not happen in any way. So that is unlikely for our county signer. Last year, Senator Duncan was the one who led the process, who led the county meet. Interestingly, from information we've gathered, there were Sanoans celebrating when Sando lost a game because they did not want Senator Duncan's name to be attached to victory in the county or for county meet or success in any form or manner. His opponents did that. The second thing that affects the county was the second thing here is that the issue of the lack of budgetary allotment. If you look at other counties' budget, you will see that some counties' budget for county meets begins from 250,000 dollars up to 500,000. So these teams are extremely prepared. So to win a county meet, you must be prepared financially, you must be united, and that's the only way you can win a county meet. And that is what has been that's one of the things that has been lacking in our county, and that's why we've never won in the last years, that in the last 15 years, because we have never been united. We have been divided on tribal issues, we have been divided on political lines, we have been divided on so many factors. And so definitely that affected our entire move and our entire chances of winning the county meet. So I mean, I really don't see any way that Sano will win if we continue to be disunited, if we continue to have political and tribal issues that are dividing us. So I mean, that's just my response to that.
Shirley, your two questions, please.
Okay, my first question, what are your top 3 priority for Sinoe County under your leadership?
Let's go
That
with
question is to
the president first.
Okay, so the first thing is that create necessary awareness, that the games will be coming up very soon. Two, unite all the stakeholders. Those of us who should support the effort, those who in public service, those in private life, those in the diaspora, those on the ground. Create that condition that we are mobilized, that we come together as an Indiana front, and then 3, raise the necessary funding that is required to ensure that the teams go through the process from beginning to end. These are 3 things. Once we do that, we can be hopeful that all will be well for the games ahead. So 1, we create awareness as we are beginning the process now, back home and in the diaspora. Ensure that we bring all the stakeholders together, politicians, ordinary individuals, students, market, everybody we involved in the process, all of us, back home a year. And then 3, raise all of the funds that are needed to ensure that the team has the financial support to win the games.
So I think Madison want you to answer the question too. Is that what we're doing, or
Yeah, if he doesn't have, I mean, it's not
You want
necessarily
me?
so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then I can just ask a question for Mr. Denny. What long-term vision do you have for Sinoe beyond your turn?
So let me just begin with the question, the first question you asked about
Okay.
top three priorities. I think it's important before we get to this long-term vision. So Sino right now is in a zone, one of the hardest zones. We're in a zone with Nimba, and maybe you don't know, but when it comes to mobilization, Nimba is very, very strong. We're
Yeah.
in zone with Mike Gibby. Mike Gibby has a long history of performing very well in counter meet, also based upon mobilizations and support. We're in zone with Bommy. Bommy has won counter meet of recent time. So Sino is in that zone, one of the most tough zones. Um, and that pulls us to the point where our priorities have to be straight. The first priority we have here is mobilization of resources. There are too many things that the county needs, especially when it comes to rallying around our teams. The first thing we need to be able to prioritize on a mobilization of resources is the lodging. These players will be taken from Monrovia to go to Sino, to go to Nima, where we're playing in the group stage, and we'll come to Monserrato. We have to keep them together. We have to be at a particular place, and lodging is very key on a mobilization. We also talk about feeding. We cannot have the players, playing for our country. They are on camp for the number of time, and we don't have food for them to eat. And then they will be locking the doors on steering committee people and saying, "Well, you don't feed or you don't leave from here," or threatening to boycott, camp and go to the other team to go and find food to eat. Those are things that on mobilizations are equally important, even transportation and so forth. The second priority that we have is unity. Again, like I said, for previous occasions where people celebrated against their own country because they did not want somebody else to carry the victory or carry that success. We're going to target uniting the country around the teams because we know that in union strong, success is sure. And then the last thing is victory. At the end of the day, we won't win. So and we like I've told some of my friends, my name and the other people that are in the Zoom, they should worry to have Sino in a zone with small country like Nima, small country like Magibi, small country like Bomi. I mean, they should be afraid that we are in that zone, and we will prove it to them at the rightful time. So that's basically the steering committees or three top priorities. Now our long term vision is to build a system where whomever take over from us
Mm.
has a smooth sailing, a smooth ground to operate. We're taking over with almost nothing to begin with. You know, no structure, no system set up. We're trying to build our system right now. We're trying to ensure that we can make the county meet where the people of the county can be united and don't think about it. Once it comes to county meet, when we say county meet preparation, regardless of the political are you from, you are focused on making sure that the county wins. Those are things that want to give us, our long term vision. But I also mentioned our top three priorities. So I think that's my response to the question there.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Let me let the spokesperson of the elders and the ancestor come in here. So, Mr. President, um, I heard you saying something to the effect of, Sano was highly competitive back during your time. What do you think is responsible right now for the decline of Sano in the area of soccer?
A couple of things really, and my fellow guests, I'll mention about that. Well, one thing that is important for everyone to do when it comes to the idea of sports is to ensure that those who play the game and are well supported, they are giving their support as required to ensure that excitement is created, but more so they have the energy and the endurance to continue playing the game and then be well taken care of. The second thing is to create a condition that all of us are united around the idea that we have a team to support. And when you do the two things, you do better in ensuring that your team will succeed. So you provide the necessary support, or all that is required to ensure that the team moves from one stage to the next. And as you do that, in terms of funding and different things are required, whether it's the lodging, whether it's per diem, whether it's transportation, making sure that all the things are in place. And also making sure that all of us who are connected to that county, and all of us who have a connection to that team as a team that represents our county, rally around our support and show that we, in unison, we do that. Back in the day, it was more exciting. It's something that we did. We didn't have all the drama that is unfolding in this present age. And I understand, how things play out now. But back then, it was no such thing as we see today. So we're hoping that we can come back to that same time, hopefully, as we go into the future. So this year, and once we can begin to lay that foundation and set the stage, we're hoping that in years to come, we'll be better, we'll be stronger, and we'll be nobler. So when we do that, provide the support, rally around the team as one body in unison in support of the team without any individual connections and affiliations, knowing that hey, this is the county team. The county team represents us. It carries our flag. It's out of our team. It's not for a particular person, not for a particular individual politician or particular group. Then it helps the team to succeed. And I think it happened in the past, several years ago. I think it can still happen in our own time.
Okay, so my second question, it goes to the chairman, Mr. Jarpeh. So I heard you. I like the historical license in 1986. Sinoe has now won championship in about 39 years, and you talk about division and all of those different things. And you also spoke of budget. Other counties are successful because they have huge budgetary allotment. That's why they win. So if you were to put a figure on it right now for Sinoe County, how much do you think we need to pull victory out from this tournament? How much do we need to make it work? To bring the trophy home.
So if I could just be given just a minute to just talk about our decline and how much we need, is that okay?
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Yeah.
Yeah. So factors that have led to our decline over the years. One is the lack of funding, the lack of financial support to the team. The second thing is the lack of the leadership experience during county meet. County meet is a political league. When you go on the field to play, and if you see the superintendent, the lawmakers, and other influential and powerful people from the counties present, united and standing on the line for their county, like you see other counties do. When referees see those things, they don't ref against your team. They try as much to be fair because they see people of influence that are standing around, and if possible, they might ref in your favor because they want to be able to gain favor from you. Those are factors that cannot be overemphasized or cannot be overlooked. All right. The second one is about selecting good players. There are too many interferences. Somebody from the county will say, "I get my player. I want you to play for the team." Calls the coach and say, "Even though you're selecting your team, but let me come play for the team." So these are some of the factors that have led to our poor performances. The lack of early preparation. Even now, the superintendent just took over a few weeks ago. He hasn't even been inducted yet, but he has to be because of the county meet present time. So we just got appointed to this role a week ago. County meet starts in 1 month. Our current target, the money we need right now from the budget that was done by the finance focus president, which is George Jarpeh, we just concluded the budget today, is $99,000. 99,000. On that 99,000, we have payment of players that's around 24,000 for football. The payment of players for kickball is around $11,000. Lodging is around 12,000. Mobilization, transportation, gasoline. There's a whole lot that are needed to be able to get the county going. For example, Grand Bassa this year, from what we've been informed about, Grand Bassa budget is a little over $260,000. If Bassa goes to the league, the players are not worried about payment. The players are not worried about feeding. The players are not worried about lodging. Sinoe goes to that same zone. Take, for example, going with Nimba. Nimba right now get a vice president of the country. Nimba is a very serious county when it comes to county meet. James Tapper, he's a crew boy. He's from Buta. He has played against Sinoe and won Sinoe on 2 different occasions. In fact, right now, from credible information, I think as of yesterday, Nima County talking and talking to their team. They're talking from Lofa County and talking to Nima. Those kind of negotiations are ongoing. So those counties are extremely prepared. Their budget is not an issue. They support from the diaspora community, from the local organizations, the government. Every government official contributes towards the budget, and so many forms of support. So the players are going there very relaxed. In fact, the players know that when they score one goal, the man who will score the goal. Somebody in the from Nimba will say, man, that's not $100,000 for you for scoring goal. That kind of motivation. So our current budget, what we need is around 99,000. With that 99,000, we can guarantee you that the least thing that we will do is to not stay in the bush, but to come to Montreal. We can bring that proud to our country with just 99,000. But that cannot be achieved. We can't come to town if our players play their first game, where Nima playing their first division player $300 per game. Then some will not even pay our players after the first game. The very many will say, but Sano not serious. I can go kill myself at Sano because the first thing when the man knows he get injured, Sano will not be the one to take care of his injury. So our budget run is around $99,000, and we will share the budget with you. And it was just finalized today. Like I said, we took over a week ago, so it had to take us time to be able to collect data from every actor to be able to come up with a good budget that is reasonable, but can be able to guarantee us the victory that we need.
All right, all right. Well, 99,000. Patrick,
Yeah,
yes. Yeah, go ahead. Shirley will be leaving shortly, but I think she still got some time to shoot 2 or 3 questions before she leaves. But go ahead, Patrick.
yeah. I'm just excited that the chairman is acquainted. He knows about the challenges and what has been happening. It seems that he's been involved directly or indirectly from behind the scene. So now, here comes the issue of Sino like a County performing, all through these seasons. The only season we noticed Sino County did not experience hurdles, complaints, people leaving camp, or players' arrears was last season. Probably because Senator Duncan single-handedly took it at certain things that he could have reached out for to take it up. Now the committee is here. The superintendent, did he make any commitment from the perspective of the county to you, the committee, that yes, do your best from the angle of the county? This is why we are committing to the meet because the counties he just named, where politician is strong, they don't just go out begging without, they call it a reliance. All right, they go to the covers, they get money out, and then out of what the Minister of US Post will give them, they mobilize for politicians and ordinary citizens and come to make a good budget. Do you have any commitment for the superintendent committing certain funds to the committee, as part of mobilization?
So the answer is yes. But here's the thing, Patrick, the superintendent has not been inducted into office. There were previous people in charge of, signing for the county's covers. And for you to even allocate money for county meetings and other things, there has to be a kind of caucus, a county leadership meeting to derive at where the money is going to go. You can the superintendent cannot make a unilateral decision and say we'll take money from Sinoe County and go support the county team. There has to be a consensus. It's a whole large process. And I'll say this to you, and I like to give references to other counties. I will not call a particular county now to be too clear about it, but there's another county that budgets around 325,000. That county, the county leadership is giving have committed 10% to that budget. The citizens of that county, they are contributing $100 a person from the diaspora community. A minimum of some people contributing 150, some people contributing 200. Some people giving gasoline, some people giving their cars and say my cars are available to transport team players and all those things. The kind of a support that those people are getting, they don't depend on county leadership to say go into the county covers. All right, because those money are practically used to develop the county or to carry out projects. But this one where it's about sports, it's about unity, it's about the collective support of all of us. So yes, the superintendent made a commitment to us, but he cannot do much, especially at this time because of the limitation he has. If he has been, if he was take superintendent like 6 months ago, leading up to this present, we will be more prepared when we say it from the county angle. But because of what is happening with his induction, he's limited. So this is where now the county comes in. You got all of you here, except you must partially you myself who in like bro who hustling here, but people don't on that side, you know, they can make that kind of commitment and say, and you see, I tell my commitment, my man, the senior host now he benefit my level I pay. So we can make that kind of commitment and say, hey, I'm here. I can pull around 200 from my pocket, from my coffee, and say I will give 200 towards the process. How much can we all say? Let's give our dime to this, because believe me, and I think one of the issues here, Patrick, is, and one of the reasons why a lot of people have not really not been wanting to give support, and you can blame them too, is because of the lack of accountability. You have not been getting strong reports, independent audited reports for county monies that steering committees received. You talk about last year, Senator Duncan spent his own money. The county meal is expensive. Even me, as a private citizen, when I go on the field, the players say, "Oh, the chairman here, the chairman here, last chairman here, not joke. Something gotta come from behind here." And nobody has given me a dime for being chairman. But the players expect that when the chairman arrives, the chairman shouldn't come alone. The chairman should come, buying water, providing transportation, and all those things. So we need to be able to say, okay, let's do this for the county. This one thing we can do and achieve together as a team. Imagine how much unity when we are united and give our mouth and our not just our mouth, not just criticizing, but our money to this process. How much we can be able to win together. And I can show you and show everyone here in the audience, and that was even reaffirmed by our finance person. This year, steering company will do it differently. When we finish with the county meet, we'll give an audited financial report that will be displayed. We'll come back on this platform. We'll share with you our report. Can go back and audit them and be sure that whatever we say, whatever down we collected was actually spent on that particular things that we said we're going to spend it on. But believe me, Patrick, Sinoe County must win. We must change the narrative. We must stop staying in group stages. We must come and play on the carpet, how we can call it here. Come and play on SKD. Because guess what happens? Guess what will happen? In Nima, imagine, assuming our first game is against Nima, and all of you on the show here, yes, it's going to be Nima 3-0. Both boys and girls. Imagine our excitement. Imagine the muff we can make as a county. Kubo already get Kub, Sapo, and all the other people from Sunday already get muff. Imagine the muff we make on Nima, for example, with them 3-0. But we can only do that if we give our support to the process right now and not depend on the county, because the superintendent is limited, with a lot. He will speak more to that, but I know that because, he hasn't even been inducted, so he does not have signatory rights over accounts and all the other things. And to take money from the county covers, there should be, council sitting and a lot of other details about that.
Patrick, before you come up with your second question, the co-host, she has to go, but she also, I mean, the corporate America people, then they get money, so she has to say something small and hopefully make a donation before she leaves. But Shirley, go ahead.
Actually, that is true because I am from Sinoe County. I am a proud Sapo woman, 110% Sapo, both parents. So I'm really impressed and really excited. And looking forward. And I love your energy, honestly, Dennis, that, Sinoe have to win. And so I have a question for the president before I leave. I want to know how the diaspora can play a bigger role in the upcoming sport meet fundraising drive. And
Thank,
then
thank.
what
Okay.
accountability, I'm sorry, what
Nope.
accountability or reporting structure are in place to ensure transparency? Because, we work for our money here. We want to make sure that we'll give it to you. We can get some kind of accountability for it.
Well, thank you, co-host, and for that question. When the superintendent reached out to me to to serve on the steering committee. I'm big on good stewardship, really, and more concerned with accountability. I provide the assurance that this time around, like Chairman Dennis said, there's been problem when it comes to accountability. But like I told the superintendent, got to make sure that when you ask folks, some of us will be involved in the process. You got to make sure that accountability is key, and that is very important for some of us. And so, those in the diaspora, our goal is to ensure how we can reach out to individuals and diaspora-based organizations connected to Sinoe. I tapped a few individuals to be a part of the diaspora group of people who will serve on the steering committee. I've asked Reverend Teah Kanmoh,
Open
a
Remy.
former open revenue, you call it open revenue. Open revenue play football in the 80s when we were all growing up back then. And I'd also asked Madam Frances Clark Myers to serve on the diaspora group committee. I asked Mrs. Marie Kajio, Wallo Kajio, the national vice president for the Sinoe Association, to serve, and another person who played the game back in the days when we were out there, Mr. Alfred Kubron Namwe. So the five of us, in the diaspora committee group to serve in a larger steering committee to see how we can mobilize resources from individuals and organizations in the U.S. connected to Sinoe and other persons who have had an interest to support our cause, to ensure that we support the team and support the budget that the chairman just talked about. And it's part of our goal to see how we can do that. And doing that, we will ensure the accountability is required to make sure the funds that are raised, are accounted for year in the diaspora before they are sent over even to Liberia. And I know Chairman Dennis and the superintendent, those on the ground, have given us the assurance that every nickel and every dime that will be used in Liberia will be accounted for. So the steering committee will be very open, we're very transparent throughout the process. We can give you the assurance. We thought about it to see what we can serve on the kind of committee that requires to make sure that people do the thing they need to do, because we know the history of how when funds are raised, especially during the games, that you can't get any report, you can't get any accountability. So, but we'll be given the assurance, and we can also give you the assurance that from our end, the diaspora will put a mechanism in place to ensure that with the funds that are raised, we inform you as the funds are raised. We also inform you when the expenses are done and the report are done and audited and presented. So you get our assurance from us, and we will call upon you and others in our own in the diaspora community to support the cause. I was thinking I'll come on the show. I said I have another management meeting to attend. But the first person I'll reach out to with a call would be the guy who is receiving the Chief Tuas Zama Award. You'll be the first person to make his contribution and that is CEO of our old voice of Sinoe in the diaspora. Well, we hope that we can reach out to individuals and organizations. We know our organization and individuals here in the diaspora, so we can help that cause and ensure that we raise the funds that are required to get the guys and the girls throughout the process. It's 100,000. For other counties, the more. For us, that's the committee came down to 100,000. I think we can do that. We can raise that. We can back home and here we can do that and provide the support that is required to ensure that the teams are able to get out of the group stages and then get on, like Dennis said, get on the carpet and do better and then capture the trophy.
So I have a follow-up question for that. Just maybe a comment, and then I can ask Dennis my question. So I love your team. I think almost everyone that you have on your team, I know them. I've seen your leadership start, and I think you guys are gonna do an amazing job. I think something is lacking though. I don't see anyone or hear about anyone that is, a youth that a youth can relate to on your team. Someone that has that energy that can connect with the younger folks to be able, because we work too, just so you know, in corporate America.
So we consider that highly really. It was just the initial names that were sent out, when we were doing the steering committee, to send it back home to the team back home. But that doesn't mean that additional members can provide the support. So we can expand the committee as much as possible in the diaspora, young people, whoever can be involved in the process, to ensure that if there are any suggested names you have, we are open to that.
I volunteer myself because.
All right, okay, and then since I lead the diaspora committee, since I chair the committee in the diaspora, that is honored and respected. So I will add you that immediately. Thank you.
So okay, to close here, Dennis, again, am extremely excited. I do want to know though, we're talking about the money aspect, and I think that is durable. That's something that we can all work on and connect to our resources and make it happen. But when it comes to our player, how prepared are they?
So players preparation mostly comes from, few things. One, their stipends. The county meet is set up in a way where everyone who play for the county meet is given stipend. We have what we call the privileged players, which are our premium players from first division, second division, and third divisions. And each of those divisions, based upon the player's quality and the division, you're given a particular amount per player, and that payment is done per game. So right now we don't have anything in terms of money for the budget. So all we're saying right now is we're just making verbal commitment to players. So I can speak more of the players' preparation, especially when it comes to the mentality, or the desire to actually want to win it, because they know there is something called even win bonuses and everything. But the selection is ongoing right now. The
Okay.
coach is selecting those players that he believes that can join the team to give us result. Just today we had a practice match against a third division team called Pepper FC, and we won that game 4-0. So there are very good quality players that some have seen. What needs to be done now is for me to tell you the preparation of the player has to be done based upon how much we are prepared to pay those players, and how well we treat them. And then I can speak to that. Also, we have a test match coming up on Sunday, Saturday or Sunday. I need to verify the specific time. We are playing Cape Mount on the SKD's practice page. We're playing Cape Mount for a test match. There will also I can also be able to tell you from that game that how prepared we are based upon the players' performances. I'll be able to speak to that also.
Thank you.
All right, so
Okay.
Shirley, so I've been saying you are leaving. I mean, uh, you're asking for how prepared the players are and all of that, even though the chairman said he can't commit right now, even though he's optimistic that we'll win, but he doesn't know how prepared the players are. Shelley, yeah, we'll have to put, I mean, maybe Patrick, I don't know why I should exempt Patrick, because Patrick, the whole CEO in laboratory, is running a whole
No,
business over
Patrick will
there.
contribute. Patrick will
Yeah.
contribute.
So we have to make some sort of commitment, because this is the voice of Sino now. The guys cannot leave without making any commitment. All right.
Yeah.
So maybe to set the pace, my wife and I will pledge right now $500. Just Mr. Chairman, just tell me. I mean, the channel through which the money will be paid.
Yeah.
Because I want to put, yeah, I want to put my partners on the spot right now. $500. Just tell me, and then we'll send it to you.
No, so
I'll add
can I just say
200
this,
to that
please?
500 as well.
Okay.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
So
So Patrick, any money from the US, because of the system we put in place, we want to be channeled to the mobilization team through the US, so that for accountability purpose, we don't want you to send money to just anybody. I will not give you my number, but it goes through Mr. Teah, and he now will be able to tell you what's the system to be able to make the
Patrick, you
payment,
want to
if
put
it
yourself
is
on
cash
mute? There's
app
a
or whatever
feedback.
it is, if there's Cash App or Zilly or whatever way he can do that, because for accountability purposes, I don't want to tell you say send money to me now. No. Any money from the US, it goes to Mr. Tour. He will set up that system, and then he will send the bulk money to the team down here, so that we can be able to give proper accountability after the counting meet.
That's correct. That's how it will be done, Mr. Chairman. That's correct.
Yeah, and I
okay.
think, and I
So
mean, just to add, I think maybe next time when you guys are coming, I think you should come back the second time where you have the Cash App information and the Zelle information. I'm sure there are wonderful people that are watching. There are from Sinoe County and cheering for us to win as well. And there are $50 donation, 2025 can add up. They're just mine.
Yeah, this our initial connection, our initial appearance on the show. Don't want to let you know that the committee is formed, and the games will be coming up, and so in our next appearance we will make sure that all the necessary information will be provided. Once we set the time that we'll meet next to do additional mobilization,
and to encourage our people to support the cause.
Okay. Okay.
Thank
So
you.
Patrick said he has $1,000. I think I heard it from him.
Okay, all right,
regard
we'll take that.
so I am looking at commitment right now. First of all, I will check my details at Wells Fargo to know what I have there.
Okay.
Fair enough, Patrick. Fair enough.
I know.
Then I will talk with the CEO so that at least we can have periodic, raisers, fundraisers on the platform. I mean, for the team. Yeah. So can I ask you my question now?
No,
Yeah, go
but Patrick, Patrick has to tell how much he got before you shoot the question.
The man has to double check the bank account.
You gotta check your account, Mr. Chairman. You gotta check your account balance. You can't make a commitment without looking at the balance.
Exactly. So thank you so much. I think the show is very rewarding and motivating, and I'm very impressed with the responses coming in, the commitment, the enthusiasm, and passion the team comes with. So now we talk about commitment. Commitment in this thing is a two-way street. So we can draw an analogy with a child who is going to school, and the parent is obligated to pay the school fees. The more performance the child posts up for the parent, he's impressed. When the child boycotts classes every time, the child fails every day, the child runs away from school, the child doesn't do anything, the father too feels perplexed and weakened by the child's action to support or pay more fees. In this case, the commitment could come, but we don't know which side should try to take the race. Whether the people or someone will take the race first to say, okay, you know what? Let's give the players or the team the benefit of the doubt. Let's come up with our support. Let's do it again for them. Let's see what happens. Maybe the team goes around, maybe the players, all that stuff they do sometimes, then it comes back to us again. So my question here is there a way sometimes that we can reach out to the districts? 9 selected districts, if each can give us $1,000 US, we'll get $9,000 right there. I mean, reach out to the cities and other places, perhaps maybe the politicians, the senators, the lawmakers will say, okay, please give us something. And because this budget, 9,000, even though it is small, but we must grab it in no time first before going beyond that. And for every stage a game reaches, from the regional stage to the next level, the more burden or the more expenses the whole thing becomes, the more challenges that involve. So can we reach out to the districts, other stakeholders and other sectors in the mobilization? Is it possible? Have you reached out to them?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, go ahead.
Okay, so usually this is what I like to say. This is our first time leading the steering committee. Patrick, what you just asked for me, I don't see that as a question, but as a recommendation. And seeing as a recommendation, what I will do is I will get you in the steering committee chat room so that you join the mobilizations committee, that we can be able to put these strategies into place, that we can have every district contributing a minimum of $1,000 towards this. Because believe me, we need to raise the money. Back in the days, doing Mr. Teah's time, when they used to play football, they used to say, forward at basket can break anytime. Right now, football not basket anymore. Football is based on preparation. A team that is not prepared will go nowhere. You don't win football game on unlock. You must have quality players. You must have good structures. You must have perfect preparations. The coach that you're selecting to coach your county must be someone who's knowledgeable and very well experienced. So we will be able to use that as a recommendation, to work along with every actor, that we can be able to raise that money. So we will reach our target, Patrick, and you will be a part of the team that will help us to use that recommendation you just gave to develop on how we can be able to get that, raise those monies.
All right, Patrick, you done with? I think get a second question, and then I will come in. Yeah, I think the honorable president said he has another meeting or something to go to. Yeah,
Yeah,
so we don't hold them for too long.
so, yeah, absolutely. He has a meeting to go, so let me just give it one shot. This one goes to the president from the U.S. Maybe I don't know. You already constituted your small team members already, and you'll be going out all out to mobilize. From the U.S. perspective, from the diaspora's perspective, what the people can hope for in terms of number, figure, your target. What can they hope for?
We can't say now what we can hope for, but we know that the budget is around 100,000. So when we meet next week in our own small committee room, we decide the commitment and how we can raise that funding. As you begin the process and you begin to raise the funds for that, and when the game gets to the more interesting stage, then it requires more money. That's something what you kind of games, So the steering committee, the finance people back home say, oh, we want to raise 99,000, and that's the information we have now. So when we meet, we'll decide the commitment we will make from the diaspora community to see how we can do that. But definitely we will be mobilizing or reaching out to individuals and our different organizations, that have ties to Sinoe, and reach out to Sinoeans everywhere to ensure that they can support this cause. To let them know that, hey, this is the amount of the money we need to make sure we are successful in the games, and let us contribute as much as we can. So the diaspora community will come big. I'm confident about that. So we can't say definitively how much would that be. Well, it got to be something substantive that will help us, to achieve our desired objective.
All right. So my question to the chairman, Mr. Chairman, the language you earlier said the team, one of the factors why we are not winning is because of this unity. We are divided, and I think you are advocating for unity. Yeah, but then when you're talking about the players, you use language such as premium players. For example, once you say premium player, that suggests that certain people, they are not on the same level. So it brings division in my mind. That okay, why certain people are called premium and other people are not. So that means in their compensation that there will be discrimination. Certain people will be paying more. And our goal here is not, at least when you ask me, should be to win the game and we compensate the players. But you compensate people that have not won the game yet, but you call them premium players. So it's more like a statement instead of like a question. If you want to react to that, but that's how I see it. And I think we should be consistent in our language. If we want unity, then it should be across the board. We shouldn't have certain players are considered premium. Meanwhile, we have not won any victory yet, but we call them premium. And so, yeah, that's something I was thinking about when you said that. So if you want to react to that comment, go ahead.
So here's the thing, Chief. If you're trying to build up a team, let's say if you have a business, you want to start a business, or corporate entity, and you hire people based upon their qualifications, and salaries are paid based upon one's qualification. As far as we know, as per structure. Now, for football, we have first division players, we have second division players, we have third division players. So that's the layer. So first division are premium players, second division are premium players. Third division is the lower league. It's not as it's not the standard, or it's not the first class league. It's not the mean. It's a league, but as per grading, is lower. So it's like elementary, junior, and senior high. So assume third division will be elementary, second division will be junior high, and first division will be senior high. So as per the standard for and the rules and regulation for the county meet, you have 25 players playing football. You have on your team for the football team. 3 of those players must be first division players. Another 3 should be second division, and the remaining 19 players should be third division, which is the lower league. Now, if you bring in a first division player to play for the county, it's not really for pay, but it's what we call stipends, motivation. You have to provide some level of motivation to the players, that is by salaries or some of those stipends. So it's not unique to Sinoe. For example, Nima may likely be paying their first division players around $300 and be paying their second division player $225 and pay their third division player $175, $150. All right.
So,
Then basket.
I'm not cutting you off, but what we can devise our own method though, because I don't think it's fair to us to just pay somebody if we are not getting victory. Because the thing, and that's what I see in Liberia, right? We put people in positions, they are not producing results, but we just put them there because they have the B degree, they have the B certificate, so we put them, but they are not producing results. So while we can't do it in the context of when you play the game, we get victory. Whoever scores more goals, we give you something like that instead of just paying you based on your division.
So it doesn't work that way. And this is, again, look at this from the bigger picture, right? It's not unique to Sinoe. It's not limited to Sinoe. All right. So every county that goes to the county meet, their premium players are paid much. And the reason why you're paying those players is because you want them to be able to give their all. If that player leaves his family, he leaves his family in Monrovia, he leaves probably his wife or his girlfriend or his daughter or his son in Monrovia to go to Sinoe to follow behind you. Who's responsible to take care of his family? So those stipends are given to be able to help with their families. Those players leave from their different teams. Even the national leagues, they pay their players without even asking for victory. They pay their players. So you have to get quality. To get the quality now, it comes down now to the coach tactics. It comes down now to the collective support that the players will receive to lead to the victory. But these are systems that we met. So to change it now, you have to go to Ministry of Youth and Sports. And why you want to complain about Nima and other counties not even thinking about that? It's not even part of their conversation. In fact, some of those players, I'll tell you this for a fact, some players just signing bonus. If the steering committee goes to the Premier League and see a player playing that is well good, very, very good, and they will initially have a conversation with that and say, man, you won't play for our county. For signing bonus, just to sign to say you play for Nima, we'll give you $350. It's not part of the game stipends.
Okay, but let me ask Mr. President. Mr. President. Mr. President.
Yeah, go ahead, I'm listening.
I mean, based on what the chairman said, I mean, do you think it's the right way to spend our money? I mean, by paying people based on their huge titles, even though Liberia can't go nowhere, when it comes to World Cup or African Cup of Nations, but we use it B title. You think it's a wise way to spend our money, or we should spend the money based on outcome, what they give us?
Well, both ways, it's not a yes and no thing. Like the chairman said, the chairman is on the ground, and there are certain things you do to provide a motivation and induce people to ensure that they are part of the process, especially if they have the skill set to do certain things. It's not a question of whether it's wise or it's unwise, but what would be the ultimate outcome? What is the strategy that will be employed to ensure that you arrive at your desired outcome? And if that strategy is to tap the best skills, and somebody who understands the game, in the words of the chairman, they say big player or super player, they call it, so whichever language that is being used, it only tells you that there are other people who have better skills, who do better in terms of the game, and you will need them, to be a part of the process to achieve victory. And to do that will require you to say, hey, I mean, have come up with it, say all fingers are not equal. So saying the spokesperson of the ancestors has a better skill set when it comes to certain things, he might get a better reward than Teah, who is not at the level of the spokesperson because the spokesperson plays better. So in this case, it requires, hey, this person is a good player. He's a first division player, as opposed to someone who plays for a third division team. So you will pay the first division person a little bit more than the one who plays for the third division. So it's not a yes or no thing, but it's required. It's meant to ensure that you get the right people and you provide the right encouragement, the right motivation, what they need, so that you can achieve victory. I think that's what the chairman is saying to a larger extent. It's not drawing a line of segregation between people and creating the conditions of disunity, but to ensure that you get the right folks on the ground who can make you to achieve the victory that you need. And so that's why people do that in that strategy way, in that strategy session. Hey, let's stop this person. Let's get the person a little bit more. Let's increase his stipend. Let's increase the area for him because he plays well. He plays better. He can give us the outcome we need.
All right. Yeah, but I'm following you guys, but
this.
again,
Just
it's
give me
not
30
about
seconds,
how
please.
well you play; it's how well. We want to win. So if you dribble all the players on the field, you don't give a goal. It's just futile effort, So I want also set up a unique system where we allocate certain amount. Again, I'm just thinking out wild. That's me. That's why they call me esoteric, understood by the chosen few. So I was thinking, okay, because. Dennis, what I'm hearing is what I would call the George Weah or the B player syndrome in Liberia. So George Weah then played in 1847 and they had that B player title, and we still get the guy Joe Nabe, and they still playing soccer, and we have the young kids that are young, that are brilliant, they got the talents, and we're keeping them on the bench because George Weah then played for Arsenal Metal, whatever the team in Europe before, and we still get them on the team, So I just want to be outcome oriented instead of, be title oriented. That's what I'm pushing basically. Yeah.
And I honestly get that point, and believe me, I have similar thoughts like you have. And that strategy, those are things that we might be putting in place for the next county meet. So take for example, do we go around to the third division leagues and scout out quality players, and bring them on board. And we can build a young team that is more efficient, that is not looking at money or that is not concerned about stipends or anything, but more about showcasing their talents, finding players like that. Those are the things that we're trying to consider. But it cannot be done now, all right, because of the timing. The timing is too short to do all of that. We don't even have time to go scout our players. So now we have to handpick quality players, make them to be a team, and then be able to stand up behind them so that we get the actual victory that we need.
So how do you identify quality players though?
So the coaches have been around for a long time. They have their own selection process. We also do what we call justifications, where people are coming to play, and we justify why they should be selected as part of the team. We go play other teams. When we play against players that perform better against us, we identify them and we talk to them and their coaches and their managers to say, let the player come and practice with our team. So it's a whole different process, and I think the technical and the coaches will be the best one to answer you more detail to this question. But that's how the selection process is like.
Okay. Patrick, before you come in, there's a question here from the viewer or one of the viewers. Let me bring that, and then you can bring your question. So I think it was the Sua say, I perceive that the focus on the diaspora group is on the US based group. Is the steering committee thinking about those in other countries like Australia, Canada, etc.?
So I think that's a very good question. The mobilization chairperson, Leroy, spoke about that. What we are trying to do now is, see, for the group in the US, you are structured. We don't know whether there is, the Sound Association or in Canada, whether there's Sound Association in Australia. So once we know that and we know there's a structure, we're able to easily reach out to them. And even like doing this medium, what we're doing now, people don't assume that only people in America will watch the show. We're believing that people across the world will have access to this show because it's about Sinoe. And in that way, they are able to reach out to us. So I want to throw that back to the person who raised that question. If he is aware of anybody in Canada or Australia, or a structure or organized group under the banner of Sinoe County in those countries, would definitely love to reach out to them.
Okay, somebody recommended. I would also recommend that we do all Sinoe citizen dollar rally.
The mobilization committee has that on their plan. Leroy has that on his plans.
Okay, good. So Patrick, go ahead, boss.
Okay, so this is a question in the form of a statement. planning for the county meet, especially budgeting for the county meet, it goes in stages. What you spend during the zonal stage will not be what you will spend if you move. If you move to the quarterfinal stage, and what you spend in the quarterfinal stage will not be what you will spend in the semi-final and then final. So all of those factors have to be considered, have to be factored in. So when you do that, you put yourself in a position, to avoid constraints and financial,
Yeah, the man Joseph Baga internet is tripping right now. Yeah. Let's see. Let me try it again.
Yeah, sorry, a call was coming in. Sorry.
Oh,
Okay. Now,
the rest of the internet is working, man. Go ahead. Yeah.
yeah. So this whole county meet, it comes in two forms. It comes solely with the intent, for economic opportunities. Some young people, their only thing is they wait for the whole season to come to an end. They wait another 1 year perhaps, and then they find another economic opportunity to get something. At least for that period, or for Christmas or New Year, whatever that is. Now, over the time, players will work out of field, they will work out of the pitch, they will work out of camp, they will go leak out information, strategy, all that stuff, sell game, all that stuff that we have seen them before. Will it be recommended, looking at the long years Sinoe has been left behind, will it be recommended for Sinoe to recede from this tournament for some time, prepare, raise money, build camps, to come back like somebody say, say like India or certain country, they say certain country when they walk up, they prepare, he came back and started winning. So in the case of Sinoe, is it recommended? Is it something that we can look at, in terms of adequate preparation to know who we bring into the field?
I really don't get the question, Patrick. Maybe you have to rephrase it.
Time where Sinoe is not getting the result it needs, the people need, is it recommended to pull out of the whole league for 1 or 2 seasons, prepare ourselves, raise more money, prepare our players, and then face our football fee, everything, and come back to play and come back adequately to participate? Is it recommended in your opinion?
Patrick, that is not possible. The county cannot withdraw from the county meet out of fear that we are not prepared. I mean, Patrick, we are from Sinoe. We nothing can scare us. We are Sanoans. Don't do that thing. Don't you want a public platform? Don't make good thing as Sanoans are scary people. We have never been afraid before. In fact, we got a history that says when the white people came to this place, we were the ones that chased them with cutlasses. So don't say that thing about Sinoe here. I beg you, don't do that thing, Patrick. We will never withdraw from the county meet out of fear of people, or because we think others are more prepared
Okay.
than us. We will go there if they be us fine, but we'll go there for it. We're not running away. Apache, don't do that thing. We beg you.
So,
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, that would be a prudent way to spend our money. You go there, the deal, then we come home. Is that a
No.
wise way to spend our resources?
Chief,
Yeah.
we'll go to the tournament, we'll win, but we'll never run away from tournament or out of fear that we're not prepared. No. We from Sinoe, we can never run from fight. Don't do that thing. Don't do it. Don't ever mention that thing on the public platform. Is Sinoe to run from fight? Why are you doing so? My man,
Okay.
it better be me than for me to run away from you. It's not possible.
So I believe also you have placed your initial calls. Your initial calls have gone out to the lawmakers, to other county stakeholders. Give us an update on the reception from the interactions you have had with them. What are they saying? What are some of the lawmakers saying? What are some of the stakeholders saying from the curse?
So what we try to do right now is to build up a more inclusive steering committee team, one that cuts across political alignment, cross across tribal alignments and everything, get people on board. We have just been, in this role for about a week now. We also been trying to develop the budget, which we just concluded today. So we couldn't have gone to our legislative caucus and say we want your support when we do not have anything to take to them. in terms of the budget and all of that. So beginning tomorrow or beginning Saturday, we plan now to reach out to all of our legislative caucus, all of those that are appointed into government by the president, and anyone that is associated with Sino. We plan to do that. But what we've been trying to do over the time is to set up a system that can be able to help us to propel. We can't just get appointed in music. We start running to people asking for support if we do not have, a structure out plan or our requests are not structured out. So that's what we did in the first 1 week. And now that we've got those things and we set up the system and structures, now we are now proceeding to the mobilization and outreach part of this process.
All right, Patrick. Yeah, there you have it. I mean, so, Mr. President, for the diaspora, though, I mean, I
Yep.
know, like the chairman said, I mean, we're still in the embryonic stage of the planning process. Do you
Correct.
have like a plan for, like, just say, a mini fundraiser here in the diaspora or in Philadelphia?
So yeah, so next week we'll be calling our own diaspora committee meeting, and then we'll be
Okay.
talking about the specifics that we'll be doing, initiatives that we'll be putting into place for raising the funds that will support that cause. So next week we'll be calling the team members, to see what we can think about how we can raise the money and support the budget.
Okay, so another question I have, I think Shirley asked the question, but I want to just put you, I've been thinking about it for a long time. These tournaments, are we just doing it for the fun of it? We want, I mean, periodically we'll have these tournaments, but or do we have actual plans for these young people to hone their talents? Because I look at right now, I think the incumbent, let's say the standing champion right now, I think it's Lofa County, right? So these young people that won the tournament, do they have other privileges or opportunities to advance their skills and go maybe work or other place, or just after the tournament and that's it, everybody sits home and you wait for the next one? What is the long-term plan for these players? No, President, you heard me?
I mean, you mean the sign up of the players in general?
In general, actually, in general, because I see that we do it periodically, and that's it. And the players they go by and sit on their talents.
Well, I would think that the fact, I would think that the fact that you hold this kind of national meeting, a kind of tournament that is held annually, you tap the skills of young people, and that's how some of them get to get featured on the national team, and play for the big teams in the country. The whole idea with the sports program in Liberia is something that I can speak to a larger extent since I live outside the country. I think it's a good idea to make sure that when the games are played, you see the skills, you see the way the young people play, and you create a kind of sports program that enables them, to represent your country in the future. So I think it's something that the Youth and Sports Ministry of Youth and Sports, the LFA, might be working on, and to see how you can, get these folks there, to be part of the team in the future if they have to play for the national team or to play for the big teams in the country.
All right, yeah, I think we got a caller here. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Yes, my name is James Carlo, Evangelist James Carlo. Yeah. I'm not going to deny that title, as Thomas is doing over there. Anyway, I was listening to you people, and I think this is a kind of good program for the people of Sino. But I want to ask a question to the former president, the House who is now the chairman on the steering committee, the diaspora, for the Sino sports. I want to ask Mr. Thomas or Swen, has there any precedent, in the diaspora community where Sino people are being contacted to participate in the sporting activities in Sino? And if yes, what has been the experience for some of those people who have been heading the committee, in terms of support to the people of Sino County?
Oh, thank you, Bro Carlo. This is the first time an official invitation to be extended or to be a part of the game. So what has happened in the past has been,
the team reaching out, to organizations, to individuals to support the cause back home. But this year, the superintendent and Chairman Dennis and others decided to get the diaspora community involved. So you have a mobilization team in the diaspora to be part of the process. In the past, they were just reaching out to organizations, whether the USA or the Sinoe Association or the Greenville Group, so that they can support that cause. This year is a different thing because you have a whole diaspora committee that will be mobilizing all of us in the diaspora to support that effort. So this is the first time this is happening.
Eventually, Claire?
Yeah, it is. Why now? Why now? Because previously, you serve as president of Sinoe, County Association in America, and such things are not being done. What brought about a change?
What now? Everything has a beginning anyway. What now? Because in the past, what has been happening in the past is that the steering committee has just been reaching out to organizations and individuals and been providing that support. They haven't included us to be part of the whole process. This time they decided to get us involved and they say let's identify some individuals in the diaspora to be part of the largest steering committee on the ground that Brother Dennis is heading. And so that's what makes it different from the past. In the past, they were just reaching out, say, can you support this cause? The games are coming, and then we say a contribution. This time around, they say, hey, you got to be part of the steering committee on the ground, and so they makes it different this time. I mean, as compared to time,
Okay, my final question: what is the estimated budget that you are envisioning for the whole sports league?
Close to
100,000,
99,000.
99,000 or 100,000. Yeah,
close to 100,000.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah. So, Mr. Carla, before you leave, you're from Sinoe. Any commitment?
Yeah, you see, when we're in Sinoe, it is so regrettable now that we are not there. I left Greenville since 20 or 30 years ago. But once they count me to be part of it, I
mean, right now the team is looking for money. Can you make a financial commitment right now? Because Mr. Swen is leading the diaspora. So those of you that the corporate America people then calling, you can just ask all the penny questions and then not donate the whole thing to the team. So do you have something a low financial donation or commitment to make?
Not now on the phone, yeah. If Mr. Thomas Swen, we have thank God that it has been extended to the diaspora community. So if the people put out whatever program they want to put out, and if I know about it, then I can channel my contribution through that.
Okay.
But not on the phone.
Okay, so you're taking a Patrick stance. Patrick said you got to check your account first. All right.
Maybe that's it. Maybe in America sometimes you operate on zero account and you go make.
All right, fair, boss, fair, thank you. Yeah. All right. So, Mr. President, Patrick, if you have a question for the president, let us the gentleman so they can go with the band here for a while, and so we can talk about the breaking news from Liberia we were talking about earlier, and we'll call it a day.
Yeah, I think having satisfactorily satisfied the questions asked, this court moves as the person who can assist the judge is called what? The person who assists the judge.
I didn't get it. Is it the person who does what?
Let me say I'm the associate magistrate to the spokesman of the gods. So as associate magistrate, I just moved to discharge the team and from further questioning until further notice. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate that.
That's fair, Patrick, especially they're driving. Unfortunately, I wasn't in direct contact with them. I normally send the guidelines, and driving while on the show is prohibited. And we'll call them or Slack today because we were not in direct contact with them. But Mr. Chairman, if you have any closing thoughts, share with us, and so you can enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah, thank you so much to the team here for giving us such an audience and in such long time to be able to speak for over an hour about what is happening here in Liberia with our county team. I just want us to know that, like I mentioned, we are in a zone of three other strong counties, and we make them four: Nimba, Margibi, and Bomi. These are counties that are very prepared, and the counties people are highly supportive of their counties. They are mobilized. They have resources available. And Sino, for us to come from that zone, we need everyone to rally around the team. This process, again, is not a political process. I am not a politician. I do not align with anyone in the county or outside of the county or any political institutions. Same as some people on the steering committee. It's also a non-tribal process, so we do not care whether you are Sapo or Crew. What we care about is one sign of movement. That's why our team for this year is um, chasing victory, chasing victory while winning. That's our team for this year. So we're interested more in as a county, showing that we win, ensuring that we make everyone happy, because the joy that comes with winning county meet, the celebrations that are attached to it, you know, everything that we need to do to get that celebration and make our people happy, to unite the county. Let's do that and ensure that our boys win. Again, our budget is $99,000. That budget with that budget we can guarantee that Sino will go to the finals with that budget. And what we need right now is around $45,000 to be able to take us from the group stage. And that will need everyone collective support. This is about Sino. This is about our heritage. This is about where we were birthed. This is about our own interest, and we must be able to rally around one another to ensure that we win. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and it's a great thing to meet all of you today. And I look forward to more interactions. And I'm also hoping that more invitation.
All right, yeah. Joseph Barker is kicking in right now. Yeah, so yeah, I want to say thanks to Dennis for coming through. All right, Mr. President, any
Yeah,
closing thought?
yes, but I want to thank you.
And before you go ahead, I mean, you're working with the team. I wanted to ask Dennis, the
Yeah.
whole team, how many members on the steering committee?
Yeah, Danny would know the number really, but I think it's a large committee really that comprises I think more than 12 people. But then we have the numbers really. But I think those of us in the diaspora about I think 5 on the committee, and then that we just so. But I want to thank you. You got what? Spokesman, what ancestor? How you call it? I want
Yes,
to make
the
sure.
elders and the ancestors. Yeah.
All right, the elders and the ancestors. I want to thank you and the voice of Sino in the diaspora for the invite, for allowing us to be on the show today, along with the chairman of the steering committee. We are glad that the steering committee in Liberia decided to get the diaspora community involved in the process, and they asked us to lead that effort. I want to thank them for that confidence we post in us, and for asking us to rally our people, to mobilize, to talk to our people, to encourage them, to make an appeal to them so they can be a part of the process of supporting the team that will bring joy and pride to us. So, I mean, as I lead the effort in the diaspora, I want to extend this special invite to all of our brothers and sisters in our space in the U.S. and in other parts of the world to see how we can support the effort. We will be having our initial discussion next week, our own diaspora committee group, and then we'll come with specifics as to how the fundraising process will look like from our end. They told us that the budget is the 99,000, it's 100,000, and so we'll meet and see how we can devise strategies that will help us to raise funds for the team. It's an effort that requires all of us as one people, one county, and suppose an interesting thing, football, kickball, something that brings us together. So I think
we can rally around, the teams. They're in a strong group, that comprises Lofa and Gibby and Bomi, So we want to make sure they come out of the group stage, get in the knockout stage, and then get to the final game. So our hope and our goal is to ensure that this time around we will do better and come out too with flying colors. So we want to thank you all. But our CEO and I think he said the judge to you and our sister who left for allowing us to be on the show today. Unfortunately, the time didn't work out well for us because of other meetings and time schedule. But we're glad that we're able to spend some time discussing about the team and how we can support the effort. I want to thank you for the initial contribution made to this effort. I think you've been the first person who made that contribution. I want to thank you and your family for doing that. Like we said, part of our role is to ensure that we become transparent and accountable throughout the process, and we can assure you that you have, like I told you, you have men and women on the team who will make sure that they remain credible throughout the process, and some of them very well. And so we can expand the group as much as possible. Those who are interested to be part of the process, that's a county thing. It's for all of us. We invite anyone who wants to ensure that they can help to raise the needed funds and to help the team and to ensure that we get victory at the end of the day. But again, thank you. And Sam, I come from a fifth tradition. We tell you, say God bless.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate that. I mean, from your introduction, you talk about, you love politics, you're into academia. Hopefully, we'll talk about politics someday. You have some time for us.
Someday we'll come to talk about politics. But for now, let's keep the focus on the sports. Let's keep about the game so that we don't lose sight of certain things. But we'll come someday to talk about the larger issues in our community and how we can go forward from there. But thank you. I'll see you and God bless.
Okay, sir. Have a wonderful day. All right, that's the hysterical meeting of Sinoe County 2025 and 2026 county spokes meet. The guys wonderful. Patrick, what do you make of the team? The output.
Yeah, I think the team understands the issues. The team understands sportsmanship. I think it comes to the position with excellence in preparedness as well as resilience. And we are very hopeful and optimistic that they will mobilize the resources needed. They will bring the results that people deserve and need desperately. And Sinoe County history of not winning perhaps may change under their leadership this time around. But what is very important to note is that for the very first time, the diaspora community has been included into this whole arrangement. Previously, it has all been about politicians. It has all been about the local people back home. And so because the only way we can build a one county is when we include. Yeah. Now the world is a global village. Now everybody is connected, by way of technology. So inclusion is very important, and with the inclusion of the diaspora community, definitely we can all expect the result we need.
Yeah. So we were talking about this major breaking news earlier before our guests they came in. So I just want us to talk about it shortly before we leave. So it's a breaking news. Let's stay away. Yeah. So, Patrick, the breaking news that we wanted to share with the people before our guests they came in, it has to do with the legal battle of the Sapo people charging the government of Liberia for discrimination, marginalization, with respect to when the new money was printed. So the oral argument, first argument today, were presented today at the Temple of Justice in Liberia, and you were giving some background when our guests came in. So I want you to go ahead, opine on the developments from the Temple of Justice today.
Yeah, thank you. So thank you again. So of course the Sapo people are on the brink. They're on the brink of getting justice for what they term as violation of their rights, marginalization, exclusion, discrimination, and you name the rest. So what they did few years ago, about in the CDC regime, they noticed that on the newly printed $1,000 banknotes, that has been circulated on the market, they noticed that there are traditional marks which are called the Anokai someone need to have one either. Yeah, I can't pronounce it well. So that marks was not included on the 1,000 banknotes. So they asked questions. They went to the Central Bank of Liberia and said, "Oh, sorry, we saw that you printed new banknotes, but our marks is not included. You have 16 marks, and ours is not there." The Central Bank said, the Central Bank gave an answer that was not satisfactory, an answer that was even perhaps quote unquote abusive to the rights or to the inquiry. And so they took offense, by the response of the Central Bank governor, governor at the time, or they took offense of the response from the Solicitor General, how they call him, Twan, I'll get his first name correctly, okay, Yanti Twan, who said, for instance, their marks is a subset of another Andy Goose marks. All right, yeah. So that means the some people, they are neither. They are not entitled to a county or to a tribe or equal to a tribe and all of that. So the people say, okay, no problem. In this case, we can fight you with our fist. We can fight you in any way, but the only thing we can do is we go before the law. Let the law tell us whether we don't have the right to be included in the printing of the new banknotes, or we don't have the right to exist as an any group. So the legal battle has been dragging on and on, and today, graciously, the Supreme Court opens its ears to the parties. All right, and that process is called a hearing or oral hearing. After the legal presentations, the legal presentations today, the oral presentation was done today by both parties. Now, on the Supreme Court's own practice and procedure, every time a hearing is heard, ruling or judgment is reserved for another time. And that is because they will need time to write the opinion, they will need time to research, to know more about the case, the background check, everything else. So, in compounding all of those things to come with judgment in favor or against, it needed time. So today, that judgment has been suspended and ruling is reserved. So anytime soon, the Sabo people will have justice, and maybe their voice will be heard. The Supreme Court will give them restore their rights that was violated, or will decriminalize, demarginalize them, indiscriminate them, and then perhaps bring them back to the full recognition that they have fought for over the years and they have, been crying for, and then they will be getting that. So far so good. I think it's a victory for all the Sabo people. It's a well-deserved fight they have put up, and we look forward to the outcome, and we hope the outcome comes in the favor of the people, so that they know exactly that they do exist and they equally have the rights to be included in the affairs of the country and on the printing of the $1,000 banknotes.
Yeah, Patrick, thanks for that update. And I just think it's the legal people got to go through all those different things that you talk about. But I think we are on the right side of history, given the available evidence. So say we have some of the viewers following right now. I want to share some documents from our country, right? That indicated the startup of the Sabo people in the country. So let's share first document with you here, guys. The first one here, let's look at the census, for example. All right, this is the census document. Let's see. There you go. Let me just look at that for you. I'll make it bigger so you can see it. All right. So this is the census 2022 on a George Weah. The census, the date of all the tribal groups in the country, right? Let's bring this up for you. So you see, hopefully you're seeing this. So if you look here, you see the different tribal groups and their population. Okay, so you see here distribution of population by sex and ethnic affiliation. So over here you have the Bassa right here. They got their number here. So if you count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. All right. So when you add the order here, then at 18, right? But we have 17 ethnic groups in Liberia. Okay. So it was a glaring violation of the Sapo people rights to have printed a money, a denomination, and you exclude their mask under the pretext that the Sapos are on a different tribal group. Okay, I don't know whoever was making that bogus argument, because I mean, if you ask the Kru people, for example, to say, okay, name the 48 sections of the Kru ethnic group, they will not name Sapo. If you ask the Crown people to name the 16 sections of the Crown ethnic group, they don't name Sapo. Yet they're saying Sapo is part of another tribal group. So which tribal group is Sapo honor? Okay, so that question is still outstanding. So over here you see the census report. Sapo is the 17th or ethnic group. And one variable here you have to look at in this report, you have the better people, right? They are 36,536, right? You look at the day people, they are 16,070. But when you look at Sapo here, Sapo 55,011. But then you put the ballot people 36,000, you put their marks there. The day people 16,000, you put their marks. But then you exclude the Sapo that are 55,000 in the country. So this is a glaring violation of the people's rights, right? You see that. So if you also look at Patrick, let me look at the CIA war fact. All right, the facts of every country that they put together. Let's look at another report here. So that was a census conducted by the government of Liberia, 2022. All right, Sapo is one of the ethnic groups in the country, right? It indicated that. If you look at the CIA, let's look at the CIA report now on Liberia. Okay, so this is a CIA report on Liberia. Okay, let me look at it from this angle. It's right there. So I will blow it up a little bit more so you can see it. All right, hopefully it's not too large. I might come back to it again. So I will kind of reduce it a little bit. It's a little large, okay? All right, so we'll leave it right here. So if you look here, ladies and gentlemen, the CIA World Fact Book about every country, they give the facts. They talk about the geography, they talk about the people, they talk about the religion, they talk about different things about the country. So for example, all the way up here. So they do the introduction, they give you the background. If you have time, you can read this. They give you the background of what Liberia is. They talk about the geography, the location, Western Africa, bordering of Atlantic Ocean, all of that. They give you all of that. They talk about the geographic coordinates. They give you all the detail, the map reference Africa. They give you the area of Liberia. All of that. Okay, so over here, our focus report the ethnic groups of Liberia. You see here, you get the Pere, the 20%, the Bassa, the 13%, the Gribble, 9.9. You got the Gio at 7.9, Mano 7.2, Kru 5.5, Loman 4.8, Crown 5.4 or 4.5, Kisi 4.3, Mano or Madingo 4.2. They got a VAD 3.8, Gola 3.8, Bandi 2.9. Mandate 1.7, Sapo 1%, Bele 0.7, Day 0.3. Okay, they show you all the details here about. So Sapo also is indicated here. Okay, 1% of the population. We have 55,011. All right, of the population, the total population of Liberia. But yet we printed a money and we left the Sapo out with a huge percentage in the country. All right, and then when you count this again, you will find out they are 17, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, so you still get the same 17, right? So it's consistent with the census of Liberia. So I don't know. So anybody goes out there and tells you, oh, there are 16 ethnic groups in Liberia, the person is not up to date. The person is living in the antediluvian age. The person is a woman or man who says that is living in a Jurassic period, right? They are not in 2025. Okay, because right now our children are learning 17 ethnic groups in schools in Liberia. So those of us that went to school, Joseph Jenkins Robertson, that learned 60 ethnic groups, when you say that, it's like you're saying there are 9 planets in the solar system. And when you say that, anywhere you look weird, that means you are not up to date. There are 8 planets in the solar system because Pluto was demoted. All right. So Pluto is called dwarf planet. It's not a full planet right now, right? So it's the same thing. So anybody who goes out there and say, oh, Liberia has 60 tribes or ethnic groups, tell that person you are erroneous. You are wrong. All right, Patrick. So let's see what the court will come up with. Okay. We want to see the verdict from the court, how it will rule on the thing. But from all indications, let's keep our finger crossed. Justice will be done to us. Okay. Justice will prevail. Disciple can't pin us. We want to say congratulations. We want to thanks for waging this campaign. We want to say thanks to all the financial supporters in Liberia and in the diaspora. I want to say thanks for standing up for justice. That is the right thing to do. Patrick, we have come to the end of this show. I really do appreciate you always coming here to inform our people. Any closing thought, you may go ahead. Patrick, are you hearing me? I'll give you a closing thought, please.
Yeah, so thanks again, CEO, for affording us another incredible opportunity to be on today. It has been a fantastic show. Let me say thanks to all those who have taken the time out to also follow us here online. I mean, we can do anything here for the people and for our people. We'll be back next Thursday with another edition. But before we go, there's a breaking news again. Another breaking news. And this one is.
Before you get that breaking news, hold on. Let's go. What's the breaking news?
So the breaking news here: a few hours ago, the Liberian Senate unanimously passes the post-autonomous bill as well as its regulatory arm. So there are two major acts the Senate passes today. The post-autonomy bill against Greenville autonomy, against Buchanan autonomy, and against Harper Port autonomy. So very soon, as soon the House concurs with the Senate and passes that bill, it becomes law. Goes to the Senate, to the president. He signs it, and then you have your port, as an independent port and as an autonomous port. And then the people of Sinoe County definitely will be economically liberated. They will make decisions in the affairs of their port and every other thing. So that's just a gist of the breaking news there. We'll give you details through our Facebook articles and every other thing. And next edition will feature that whole edition on that whole issue. So I want to thank the CEO for the opportunity. Thanks to all of you who took the time to follow us. I want to say happy birthday to all those who are celebrating today. I want to say, Madam Poa, thank you for your leadership. President Manen, thank you for your leadership. President Tina Manen, thank you for your leadership. I appreciate all of you for your incredible job you're doing in Liberia and in the diaspora. Next Thursday, until then, I am Patrick GMK Bolue, the original era code 231. Goodbye from my end.
All right, well, have a nice day. Thank you so much. So, guys, I'll read your comments and recognize those. Patrick, you can go if you want. Yeah, I'll read the people comments here and just call it a day and recognize them because they stay with us. All right, so let's see from the bottom to up. So we have here the Tesla Ranger is following. We want to say thanks for joining us, Mr. Madibu. our board member, USA. He said, I'm watching from North Dakota. Okay, the man is in North Dakota right now, chilling. Okay. We have Anthony Quia Jr. following. He said, I'm following. Okay, thanks for following, boss. We have here Mr. Wardlow is following here. That's how it works. You pay by qualifications. Let me give an example. One of Sinoe best players who Sinoe helped in 1986 championship, Joe Pensy, played for Grand Jordan in 1987. Money was involved. Okay, all right, thank you. Let's go to the next person here, a Winter Queer. He said, I think it is a common practice in soccer. Players are paid based on the value. On a team, players are not paid equally. We could come up with win bonuses and performance bonuses in order to motivate the players. Okay. I still hold my view. I think people should be paid based on results instead of on titles and on so-called divisions and stuff like that. You should be paid based on the result you produce and not because you are first or second division. So if you first and second division and I put you on a team and you're not giving me goal, why am I giving my money to you? Why? Because if I'm paying you for your name or I pay you for result. I'm paying you, the reason I hire you, I want you to produce results. So let's see what I think we read the elder comment earlier. I perceive that the focus on the diaspora group is on the US based on okay, we read a comment earlier. So we have Winter here. We also recommend, okay, we read a recommendation. Our president, President Mane, I'm sorry that I came on late, but I would like to know why Sinoe County is always losing. All right, it's because they say, based on what I heard from the guys, a lack of unity, a lack of money, you know, and stuff like that. Those are the two major factors I'm hearing from them. It's not because of lack of talent, it's because of unity and money. What I've heard from the chairman and Mr. Swen. All right. You say something we did in 1986, team of Sinoe team of Sinoe based and team of Moravia based. We have to have series of practices. That's what we did. Some of us were unfortunate to be selected at the time to display our talent. Okay. Sorry that you are not successful, boss. All right, let's see. Court suspend judgment in Sapo campaigner's case. All right. Mr. Water, I just said the financial aspect of winning a championship during the county meet has the highest leverage. Two people who can negotiate for good players. I remember 1986 championship when the late Samson Toa late was the champion, was the captain. He made sure to unite players from Sinoe and those that were in Moravia. Few players like Joe Pensy, Samson Toa, and others selected on the Sinoe County team. Okay. We're getting some history here for today's show. Apart from sports, from supports, how prepared is the team? Do we have the quality players? Confidence about the team? Okay, the guy was very confident about it. My wife here, Imagine Smith, man. Good morning, my beautiful SIL. All right, my respect to the entire team, VOSD. Thank you, honey. The superintendent is in violation of the county meet laws. A steering committee is appointed for 2 seasons. Okay, the people that know the law, they're citing the law right now. I'm watching from Moravia. Thank you for watching, Phyllis. We have here Jarpeh. Good afternoon. I'm following you from Greenville City, Sinoe County, Liberia. Thank you, buddy. Mr. Sua, a quick question, Doc. Aren't there any music from Sinoe to be aired on your show? Even though I love the music you playing this morning, I noticed it is from GG or Grand Gide. Okay, pardon me for this observation. You don't have to pardon me, sir. The show, yes, is called Voice of Sinoe in the Diaspora, but it does not mean that it's limited to Sinoe County, right? Like you have Voice of America, for example, but it doesn't only bring Americans on the show, it brings different people. So the same thing. So we'll play music because yes, we are from Sinoe, but Sinoe is a little facet of Liberia. So it covers, this is the Liberia-based show, so we can play music from anywhere around the country or any tribal group. It does not necessarily have to be Sinoe, right? But that being said, Elder, if you have specific Sinoe music that you want us to feature on the show, definitely you can share with us. But this is the Liberian platform. This is what we call synecdoche in literature. The part represents the whole, right? So Sinoe is part of the larger whole called Liberia. All right, that's the context in which we are looking at it. Sagacious say hello, Patrick and Shirley. All right, court suspend judgment in Sapo Campaigner's case. Let's see, following from the Philippines. Thank you for following, Bali. Good morning, oh Bolue, you Freeman, Darling King. Okay. Let's see what I can call Mr. Let me see, one of the Sapo Campaigner chairman is calling here. Hey, Mr. Wakoko.
Yeah, how are you?
We are live on the show. You want to say something to the audience?
I don't know your subject matter.
Oh, okay, no, okay. So let me call you when I get up there.
Okay.
Okay, boss. All right, so that was the Sapo Campaigner chairman. I just thought you wanted to say something on the show live. I'm seriously enjoying the song, man. All right, thanks for enjoying this song there. I was just reading your comments to following from Sinoe County, Greenville. All right, thank you for following, boss. I'm watching from Twin City. Okay, all right, thanks for watching. I think these are the comments I'm looking at. I read Mr. Panto's statement earlier, and let me see the last comment I just came in, and we'll call it a day. Thank you for this informative podcast. Thank you, Mr. Mandu, and I always appreciate you being here and following us as well. You guys, please share the show. Follow us on YouTube. Go to YouTube and hit subscribe. We want to increase our subscribers. We need, our goal right now is to hit at least 500. We got 300 and some more right now. Let's start from 500. So it's our target right now. 500 subscribers on YouTube. We need that, please. So tell your friends, go to Voice of Sinoe in the Diaspora on YouTube and subscribe. We do appreciate you. That being said, this is how we bring the curtain down for today. We'll see you next Thursday. Yes, we'll be here again. Let me see. Since you're enjoying that music, I will play in closing. Hopefully my device will be kind to get to it. If I can get to it, you're on your own. All right, let's see. Sounds. Not getting me the opportunity again to get to the music. Let's see. Oh well. Yeah, I can get to it. So now we're gonna close this way, guys. With our, our team song here, Voice of Sinoe. We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.